Those parties are fire.
I'm from around the way.
I'm leaving here with something. That was funny as hell.
Oh, you said Denzel or Ariel? Oh,
Wow.
oh, yeah. I'm just saying, I want to see you see how they did.
I just like the fact that look. I'm not bullheaded.
You ready? Welcome to the To Each His Own podcast. I'm your motherfucking host, HailVee. Who do I have to my left?
Your favorite weirdo right here, yo, Ari Quinn.
Hey man, say man, it's Wednesday. Yeah, hey.
Who I got to my far right? The special guest.
Yeah, Sauce the Boss, man. We in here. Let's get it.
Got a special guest in this motherfucker, man.
What's the word?
You know, it's crazy. When we first started, we said that we wasn't gonna have guests.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and then after a while, we was like, we might as well, especially the people that like really out here doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Am I like the first official guest?
Second, you the second. The first one was Anderson Burris, the battle rapper.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, we interviewed him. Well, I said, Ari, Wednesday interviewed him. We just dropped that episode today.
Okay. I'm gonna have to peep.
He's cool.
Yeah, he could rap too. He really could rap. But yeah, that was the first interview, and then you were the first podcast, I guess, official guest.
Hey.
Yeah.
Swimwear.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, tell us something about you, bro. Like what you got going on. What do you do?
I am a music producer. I mainly try to executive produce artist albums or, drop singles. This is pretty much my everyday life. It's my job. Wake up every day, cook up, send emails, meet people in the studio, get them direction, help them, make their vision come to life. Right now, I have probably 3 albums I'm working on, probably 12 to 15 singles. It's a lot of stuff in the works, man. A lot of stuff.
That's fire, bro.
Appreciate it. A lot of work though. Oh man.
What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
It's gonna sound shallow, but the better things. Honestly, just having the better things, not having to worry about where the next something may come from. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And I also I owe a lot to my family and my mom, so that's like motivation number 1.
The village.
Yeah, for sure.
The village matters.
Yeah. So
The village matters. That's dope.
I guess that would be motivation.
For sure. Y'all got anything for my guy? What y'all got?
That village. When did it start developing? When did you get the foundation for the village?
I definitely had to go do things myself first before they understood what was going on.
That's common.
Yeah, it was kind of at first it was like an uphill battle because I felt like I'm new to music, so it's like nobody want to mess with me, and then I'm trying to show my family, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
You need to get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas now, fast forward, it's like after all that work, they kind of on board now.
Are you the only person that didn't go the traditional route?
I have like athletes in my family, so it's like you're either a working class or I have like a few professional athletes in my family, so it's like
That's
one
fire.
of the two. Yeah,
That's fire.
I am pretty much the only one to do something like creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So to add to that story, because I know a lot of people can relate to that. So I used to run sessions at my mom's house, right? At first she used to be like, you got all these people in my house. Oh my God, right? So eventually I was like, all right, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to break half every session with you. And I was running cheap sessions. I was only running like $60 an hour, not an hour, $60 a session or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I might do 3 songs for somebody, right? Lead a session with 150, sometimes 180, depending on the tip or mix or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, here's $100, Mom. She used to be like, you made this? They'd be like, yeah. Motherfucker was in the house for 3 hours. They in and out, and I left with $200. Here you go. Here's your
making noise for $100.
You feel me? So, and then after a while, she'd get a little greedy, like, did you make any money?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, it was Haiti here. Like, you know him. That's my brother.
That's my brother.
It wasn't fucking no random person.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
that they don't understand either.
Until they start seeing it. And then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, now I want to be a part of it. What I got to do to support it?
Yeah.
Now I got a question for everybody, though.
What?
When did you guys find out the value of what you do and started demanding that? Because that's something I'm kind of struggling with at the moment with figuring out my demand when I meet someone and saying, "Hey, come interview me," and blah 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 blah. And it's not. I don't feel like what I do is hard, but I also don't feel like the average person can do it with the questions and things like that. So, how did y'all even come up with y'all value and making sure it was being projected and people found out about it and they had to respect it?
Delusion.
Yeah.
That's a good ass answer though.
I think my answer is a little different, but I definitely agree with you. I see it.
This like believing in yourself more than you should out the gate. That's what I did.
That is facts.
To me,
Absolutely.
everybody move at their own pace, but sometimes you got to be delusional. Like, I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? This is why I deserve this. So
You don't even got to wear it on you, but you just got to know it.
Yeah, for sure. Know it. And make sure that whoever you're talking to know that your time is just as valuable as theirs. For sure. So, delusion.
Honestly, I would say in the beginning, I was always looking for people that had the ultimate value. Like when I would see them, I would be like, whatever I do, I want to do that for you. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a photographer, like most photographers, like, yo, you're beautiful. I want to take pictures of you. And I think a lot of people get into like whatever it is, whether you make beats, you shoot films, you take pictures, and you like want to hoard your talent because you waiting for everybody to come to you with the bag. But it's like you got to put your 10,000 hours in, and if you let a dollar amount stop you from getting your 10,000 hours, you ain't never gonna be successful.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta find a couple of artists that you think is fire as fuck and be like, yo, I got 5 beats for you. What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? You gotta find a beautiful woman and take pictures. If you're a dude, if you're a photographer, you gotta take pictures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta find an Ari Quinn, a JoseKris very well and just record them as much as I can to get better.
Yeah, repetition for sure.
Absolutely. For me, I feel like it's something I still like struggle with. Like I'm like, I don't know, this is too much. But it's part of me being over considerate or super duper courteous for other people. Because I know when I started making music and stuff like that, I'm watching my pockets left and right, and I know niggas watching my pockets. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the cost and stuff that I had to go through or whatever for me to do or to be the artist that I am. Like, so it's like I don't want to hit people too hard over the head, but I also know what I'm worth.
Yeah.
So it's like a in the middle type thing. So I don't know. I'm still working on it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say I'm 100% gung-ho on, I know I'm that motherfucker and this is how much you motherfuckers need to owe me. That little delusion live in my head. But at the same time, it's me being the person that I am, which kind of makes it hard at the same time.
Yeah. Because I be like, yo, I ain't no Angela Yee, but bro, I be having questions, dog. Like, and there's people that be looking at me like, yo, nobody ever asked me that. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I studied you before you got here, please. And that's another thing. So that's why I had to just ask y'all. I don't make music, but just that work ethic, they're going to align with what you guys do.
You do like interviews and stuff like that. What else do you do besides
just that?
And she be on a radio station. Don't let her say just that. She got a she every Wednesday.
Pop your shit.
You know,
she
be
hosts
hosting events. Absolutely. This
Sometimes. Yeah.
For sure. Especially if you can like do multiple things. Like I may be like music, you either like you're an artist or you like maybe a producer and an engineer. So that's like 1 or 2, maybe 3 things if you're all 3. But something like that takes a lot more than, to me.
Yeah.
That takes a lot more creativity, especially keeping people entertained face to face.
Yes.
Because we behind walls and mics and shit.
And it's crazy. I think that I'm a lot easier to host and just talk than I am to perform.
Yes, because you hate performing.
Yes. I feel like just being in front of people and just talking to people like, yo, da da da. That's easy as fuck to me. They don't bother me. But like when I gotta perform, it's like I'm an engineer brain instead of being in performer brain. I'm in I need this in order to make that, and I know that if I have this, I use this effect here. How the fuck I'm gonna match that in real life? It's like that's more so what I be thinking versus just chatting.
Because the first thing you said after y'all had performed at Rent Stew was like, damn, okay, that noise in the back, we got sound. I'm like, dude, you just hit what are you talking about? You just did a whole.
I think that's super dope though.
But that's, you know what I'm saying? That's my superpower. Like, that's my version of a superpower. And it's like, I've been telling them, like, we need to start doing our own events. Absolutely. Because one thing I'm realizing about the scene, the local scene, and this is probably universal for no matter where you are. I feel like the local scene, you don't have enough of every position. You have, like,
Everybody want to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And you got artists who don't record themselves or don't have their own studio setting up these events, and then you don't have a nigga to control the sound.
Yeah.
You got a DJ who never been in a fucking recording studio in his life.
Yep.
Getting niggas to send them music and trying to set up the microphone, and it's like you gotta get people for every job. And I know that's really hard and not easy, but that's why you build a team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody finds out what the job they gonna do for the day,
Right.
and we get it together.
If you build a team, though, everybody got to know their position for real.
And stay there.
Yeah, stay there.
Stay in your
because
lane.
I've been a part of, I'm not even going to say
I feel it.
a part. I just honestly try to stay away from, like, bro, you my producer now. And I'm like, bro, no, I'm not. It's not even I'm trying to be rude. It's just I really love what I do, and I take it very seriously.
Yeah.
So if I meet a group of people who say they want to do the same thing, but everybody want to be an artist, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the photographer, but you trying to rap. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what made me stop recording everybody?
What?
I used to record niggas, and it'd be a random nigga I never met, right? Say he came to my studio twice. He'd put out this booty ass song and be like, produced by HailVee.
Oh man.
Why are you tagging me? I don't even know your name.
Said I'm
Like,
sick, please.
bro, if you go to like YouTube and just search HailVee, it's gonna be like at least 40 different artists, and I guarantee you, like only 4 or 5 I gave permission to, or I said that I was producing and I was helping with lyrics.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you an engineer, so I know you know about the premix killers.
oh yeah,
They get their premix and
fall
they
in
drop
love with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you
What?
I seen the point, and I figured as soon as he said
How do I say
premix
it?
killer, how you said,
What?
T-shirt
uh-huh,
that I got recently.
uh-huh,
You know what I'm talking about from the session?
uh-huh.
Dropped the song already.
Fuck no.
We recorded 4 songs in one day. I'm trying to talk in code because I don't want to.
I don't.
But we recorded 4 songs in one day, and one of the songs is already uploaded to DSPs. Bro, I didn't even have enough ear.
Yeah.
I don't know the word is, but like enough time away from the music to
Yeah.
make it sound good.
Yeah.
Because I'm like in recording mode.
Yeah.
So you getting this shit fresh out the export. It's like you should at least let me sit down for 30 minutes and
They
make
don't
sure.
understand that though.
They don't at all.
A lot of people think music is just go in there, say something, drop the song.
Yeah.
They don't know about promo. They don't know about post production.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't blame everybody because I think a lot of times when people come to my studio, they're used to like a nigga with a laptop in a corner of a room
Yeah.
versus going in a booth. And I'm not even saying that
Yeah.
my shit is amazing. I'm just saying
No,
compared
but
to
it's
what niggas is
still-
used to,
Yeah.
and
It's still way more professional.
they probably never heard themselves in that setting or that clarity, and they like, oh, this is perfect, and it's like, nah,
Hey yo.
so much more we can do.
Wow.
But listen, y'all judging.
No,
I'm not
no,
no,
I'm not.
None.
I wish I do the T.
No. No. No.
Mm.
I just think that's interesting.
I like the britches you got on over there too. The pockets is fire. I just
I
want you to know.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Where'd you get the pants from?
This is one of my little
This is
sponsors.
brought
Yo,
to
you got
by.
me fucked up, yo,
What's up?
because I got that shit saved in my phone,
These pants?
the website.
Oh yeah, that's one of my sponsors.
To go through their shit and
Nice.
find something.
He said, I
Oh, they got some fire.
I know it.
Alabasas, man.
I know it.
Brought to you by.
And they
Why
make
we
one of
on-
one shoes, not one of one.
Oh,
But
I
like,
don't really.
they only make 100 pairs of every shoe that they sell.
Yeah, it's a dude from out here. I'll be wearing his shoes a lot. He make Sad Boy Sagas.
Okay, it's tough.
I got them on right now. I mean,
You wanna? I was about to say, please.
Shout
Pull
out.
up the stack jeans. You know,
Okay.
Yo.
I've seen those that logo before.
yeah, he from out here. He like a lot of people be wearing stuff,
That's tough.
but I be wearing like all this stuff. Well, except for this shirt, it's just a shirt. But
I gotta support the people you fuck with.
Yeah, these little sponsorships and shit.
And that shit fire because it allows you to not be
I ain't gotta spend no money on clothes.
not
Period.
even that. Well, when you go somewhere, you ain't
You
got
don't
to
look
worry
like
about
everybody else.
everybody
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
that.
Too.
That's kind of one thing I
That pisses me off.
do try to do.
That really grinds my gears.
That really jams my Glock.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm still.
That really scuffs my Tim since everyone has a slogan.
Hey,
Jesus.
I'm never taking a shot before we do a show again.
Why?
I'm
Wanna know what
sweating like
jams
a
my Glock?
motherfucker, yo.
Bruh.
You know
That shit
I
got
don't
me
know-
hot.
I don't know if I'm by the vent, but I'm usually the
You
one
cool?
sweating. I'm chilling.
And see, that's my problem. I was trying to tell her earlier I don't drink so much that when I do drink, it just be making me uncomfortable.
Bro. Please.
You see the BDBs?
Where to
Where
pass,
the
get a
where to
pass.
pass the swipe?
Curling.
We a
It's in there.
sweat
We about to get a
towel.
pass the
It's in there.
swipe.
I'm about to go get one. I'm about to go get one.
What's the passes? Oh, the sweat towel.
My boy had a
Yeah.
micro
Hey.
thing on yesterday. At the
I went-
Because you know the pastor be goddamn while he talking.
Man, look, that's what I'm about to say. When I went out,
Yo.
I went out and I forgot my sweat towel, and I'm sweating bullets.
That shit is
got-
embarrassing.
Man,
sometimes.
what it is, and I'm already, you know, what I'm saying, I'm husky, so I can't be out there sweating. So I'm looking around trying to find one,
It's crazy.
and one of the bar backs walked by, and I was like, "Hey,
What's that?
Let me go in the
Barback.
house.
People
In the
that help
bag.
bar.
In the
people
bar.
that-
there.
Oh.
they fill out the bar for shit."
I'm thinking about
Weird
somebody
shit.
back. I'm like, why they back? I'm thinking literally like, that's on me. That's on me. Damn. I'm
Nah,
about to beat my ass over here.
I'm like, you got a towel?
Shit.
They did.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Got you together.
Yeah, he
I
got
love
me
bar
right.
backing. Bar backing
It
is
was a
better
little
than
scratchy,
bartending.
but I ain't had no choice.
No, we just wiped down stuff. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
me a favor. Move that pillow for me. You could put it right there up against the door or the wall.
Got tight.
No, I didn't. Shit, let's get into these questions, man.
Brother called me.
Let's do it. Arriba.
All right, so listen, in order for you to make the best song, that's the goal. You can try to make the best song. If you had to choose between one or the other, would it be a live guitar player or a live pianist?
Pianist.
Pianist?
Yeah.
I feel that because it's more shit you can do with the live pianist than the live guitarist.
Not really.
Not really, but
Oh,
yeah.
I
Well, I'm
I feel like
thinking
it
for the
depends.
I
for
was
the
gonna say
perspective
guitar.
of MIDI.
Yeah.
As a MIDI, a pianist can virtually play any instrument with a MIDI.
For my particular little wave, yeah, I'll take piano.
Take piano. I got you.
Yeah.
I'll say
All right.
guitar.
You take guitar?
Yeah.
I feel that for your artistry.
Think about Prince.
Yeah. Prince is fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you to make the best song, would you rather do the full beat in headphones or in studio monitors? You can only choose one. Full beat.
Probably. Wait, studio monitor? Like,
Yeah, like speakers.
Oh, yeah.
Speakers or headphones.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I answered the first one like I make music. My bad. I was like, piano, please.
I don't know. That's a good question because, like, with headphones, I don't know. Bro. That's a good question. I'm gonna go headphones.
Okay.
'Cause that's kind of how I came up.
I got you.
I love being in the studio or like, you know, having big speakers, but probably headphones for sure.
I got you. And it's more universal.
Yeah.
So,
And
Remember-
all speakers be sounding different.
especially where you at, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So listen, this is to get the best song. Would you rather make a beat with the artist with you or make the beat without the artist and let them do what
With.
they do? Okay.
It depends on the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part just cause it's gonna sound shallow again, but I just like good music.
That's not shallow.
I would prefer to be around you to tell you that's not gonna sound good, cause I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
So-
tell you straight up.
I know it's all subjective, but we can't be mad at a mechanic saying that he like Ferraris better than Camrys.
Can't.
That's not materialistic. Like you literally work on cars, bro. Like so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you make beats. You can't feel like
Yeah, I understand.
it's shallow. Like that's
Yeah.
literally what you do.
I just want people to put their best foot forward at
Yeah.
all times. And I feel like sometimes when people don't got people around, like sending beats
Mhm.
versus playing beats in person is completely different.
So let me tell you something that I feel the same way about, but it's different. So equal but separate. I don't fuck with mumble Uzi type, Playboy Cardi type music. You know why? Because the engineer is doing 95% of the work. I understand that the artist goes in there and they're creative and they do X, Y, and Z, but the reality of it is, if you swap that engineer out for another engineer, you could take your song from 200% to 45%. But if you have a J. Cole, an engineer can't fuck up the song but so much
Yeah,
because it's him. And I'm not hating on niggas that got that.
that's
that
why
formula.
niggas got presets.
For sure. I'm just saying I'm not hating on niggas that got that formula, but I'm speaking from an engineer's brain, right? Like
Yeah.
I would much rather work with somebody that they talent is dictating where I go versus I'm trying to make sure that nobody hears the way that this shit sounds without the effects. Because you heard these niggas without the effects.
Yeah, I dropped the album like 2 years ago, and it was kind of like that.
But the end result fire.
The end result,
I heard some of that.
Well, I didn't put that song in there.
Oh, okay, okay.
He got scrapped. But yeah, I don't. He know what it was. You know. Anyway, he kind of made me personally. I listen to all music. I'll fuck with all music. It can be fucking K-pop. I don't care as long as it sound good. But it was like that where, the engineer was pretty much doing all the work. Mm-hmm. He sent me an unmixed version.
Changed your whole perspective.
Oh my god, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. And that was one of them situations where I wasn't around the artist because I was here at the time, and I think he was overseas or something like that.
Yeah. So
I couldn't really, critique him or tell him where he went wrong, and like doing stuff like that through text. Yeah. If somebody might read that out of context, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I just be like, damn.
Yo, even in my own music, I try my hardest not to make or have segments that are long where I'm like doing some bullshit. Like I know that's like I might be singing in like a weird ass tone or something, like trying to make the auto tune do a certain thing. Yeah. And I know like that's a part of creativity, but I'm very conscious of it because what do you do when you have to perform? You know what I'm saying? Or what do you do when you have to recreate that in a way? So I fuck with the creativity, and I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it has to be like a secret like feeling, like only you feel when you know that like nothing in this song is you. Like you don't actually sound like that like, at all, like in no way.
But a lot of times, I'm gonna say 90% of the time they don't really think like that.
I feel that
to them that's how they sound.
But I feel like that's the reason why niggas is where they are.
And this is now something just popped up in my head. Is that why certain people will drop something, but I see them on stage this amount of times?
Because they scared.
But they're release. They sound like whatever. But is that on their brain? Like, okay, I did this, but I know I can't do this on the stage.
Well, yes, because
it depends to me.
Well, look, a Travis Scott show.
Be scared to perform. Bro.
All right, so if you think about a budget, right? Let's say $100. I'm gonna use something small. $100. You get like a Travis Scott, and then you get like a J. Cole. Mm-hmm. The amount that Travis Scott has to spend on the extra shit.
Oh yeah.
Is significant compared to what a J. Cole, and I'm only using two of the biggest artists, right?
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with that, right? Because it's a sliding scale. You pick and choose what you want to spend your money on. But one style of artist has hella non-negotiables. You gotta have your live sound engineer. You gotta have certain equipment. You gotta have a certain speed headset so that you can hear the auto tune in real time from these big ass speakers. Like you gotta have these things because it'll fuck up the performance.
What it sounds like.
But then you get somebody like a J. Cole who, not saying that he don't have the equivalent in his own way, but he virtually could just have a microphone and go and perform that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on one or the other. I'm just saying that I'm just saying as a society, I feel like in every way.
No, I was gonna tell her something.
I'm just saying as a society, I feel like lately we've been making excuses for a lot of things. Yeah. Like a lot of shit be fucked up and we just be acting like it's okay. But like them niggas, like Michael Jackson and them niggas, they was really disrespecting you if you wasn't.
They were perfectionists.
Like, nigga, don't talk to me if you can't. Like, if you can't,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, one to talk to you, piggyback off what you said. If an artist, they be scared to perform, when they have all them
extra filters or not filters, but plugins.
Yeah, so they can't. A lot of them can't afford that auto tune mic to go hop on stage and do that show. And then when you're doing these small local shows or like anything like that, they don't have those engineers back there to know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's dope
to critique your voice and
if you smoke every day and you make music and you say that you can't afford X, Y, and Z, shut the fuck up.
Please.
It depends on that's on everybody.
I'm just hating on them niggas.
No, not me.
I'm just saying I had to hate on them niggas real quick.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he said,
yeah, that's not me.
Just a little bit. I had to hate on them niggas.
I'm personally bougie about like my music stuff.
Yeah.
Which from what you use to how you're gonna make sure you sound exactly how.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they be like scared to perform. I know so many people that's just. That's why I feel like they're wasting their time.
Yeah, because how are you able to do it like this, but not do music the full way? Because you're gonna have to perform at some point.
The DSP thing though is like what saves people nowadays. It's easier to get monetized online without showing your face.
Right.
Indeed.
Or like having to be out there.
Yeah.
And by the time,
you
like,
gotta use that to your advantage though.
I like
if
being
you
out
can
there,
really
though.
truly blow up without doing shows and like as a part of your come up, if you can blow up without doing shows and stuff, and then you finally quote unquote blow up, by that time they got the money to put behind their shows. And
For
Do what they gotta
example,
what?
that fairy girl. She was a fairy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her shit blew up. You see her outside performing, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow,
and
this nigga doing a chicken noodle soup. Goddamn.
But that's not even a shot to her because
At all, but it's
because the song is just that much bigger than her.
yeah.
And I think that's
insane.
the fucked up part about being the creator nowadays. Like
How do you even keep up?
I've told you that. Like tomorrow morning we could wake up and When We Smoke can be the biggest song on fucking social media.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, granted you're somewhat prepared, but you would have to go from performing in front of 400 people to 4,000 people.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
It would
ready.
Me up,
but
though.
what I'm
Yeah,
trying
that
to
would
say-
turn
Ready.
me
That-
up.
exactly. That
But
shit
what I'm
make me
trying to
hype.
say, though,
I'm
is
nervous as hell. But
all
at
I'm
the
trying to
same
say
time,
though is there's
yeah.
a difference though. There's a difference between you being ready and the next person.
Absolutely.
You come across 6 people every time you perform. You can't tell me that 3 of those 6 are as prepared as you.
Yeah.
And you perform. Yo, this nigga performed so much. This shit don't make sense. Literally, I be getting pissed off because she'll text me like, I'm performing tonight. And I'm like, damn, nigga, why you didn't tell me? She be like, oh, my bad. I just found out yesterday.
Lord.
Yo, I swear to God, she
Bro.
performed like 5 times a month. Maybe not so much lately, but
Lately, but
Do
before
you-
I used to
got a
perform like
question for you.
every single weekend. I'm performing like
I got a question then. Were you performing a lot for the sake of repetition or wanting to be just, you know what I'm saying, seen performing? Because in my personal opinion, a lot of local performances don't really be worth it because at the end of the day, we just leaving that performance. I'm more
Right.
comfortable with you doing that if there are like music execs in the room or people who gonna help you get to that next level. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen at local shows, but in my personal opinion, I don't really care to go somewhere, show them my shit, and then maybe just get a couple more followers because I don't really want to waste my time unless I know that I'm gonna pick up new fans, new people to tap in with for real. Because local shit really wastes a lot of time because you got so many artists out here who waste their damn time.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody like you know what I'm saying, you take this shit serious. So I just wanted to know.
For me, I guess you could say it's repetition, but at the same time, so when I first started making music, and even if you let's go back to high school, like just performing in front of people was something that was a fear. It was like a phobia that I had. So
Most people
even
have
though
that.
I love music and shit like that, I like performing, but being able to, so it was like when I was able to actually do it and get in front of people and do it and be comfortable doing it. Because I started, ooh, my bad, I just had to fix it real quick. I started with like karaoke. So, and I would start performing my little, like, first song I had recorded, I start performing at karaoke. And that shit just went. Like, it's to the point of where certain, thanks, y'all. Oh my gosh.
no, I did that so that I
I
can
was being funny.
find that loud ass pop.
But it's even a song that I made that a celebrity copied the music video.
Oh, word.
Went and shot it in the same location, everything. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Anyways,
That happens. Oh my God. That's us. Go ahead.
My heart was breaking when she told me that. I was like, I'm sorry.
I mean,
what?
opening scene, everything.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna go there. But repetition, key, absolutely. But also at the same time, some of these local shows that I was going to, I was making different connections. So it was a like performing all the time. Oh, I see you here. I see you here. Like you be grinding, da 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 da, all that stuff. So it's like people seeing the work behind it.
When you have actual shit like that going on, that's something I can respect.
Yeah, but it's like, but at the same time too, here it's like some of it does seem like a waste. Like I'm paying to perform here, and now I'm performing in front of
And
the same
then-
people that's doing the same shit I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wait, can I add to what she's
That pay
saying?
to perform shit is dumb to me unless again it's worth
I'm gonna
my
be in
ti-
front of
Yeah.
somebody that's about to put me on.
yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna add to what you were saying.
Go ahead.
One thing I'm realizing about, and this has nothing to do with the artist, so you are an artist and you are chasing a dream. But I think that the people that are coordinating these shows, they're not realizing that the first thing is the first thing, right? We're putting together a show. So this motherfucker needs to sound as good as it
like
can
as
fucking
the
sound.
track.
You know what I'm saying? It needs to sound like the track, right? Because what's happening is, and this is just me personally, for what was that Studio Motif? We used to go to those events and some of those guys or girls would perform, and I'd be like, yo, this is fire. Granted, it's fire because they all kind of know each other. So it's the equivalent of like us hosting the show and us performing and like, yo, that's Sauce, that's my guy. Like, you know, like,
The
you're
words
not
of their
scared, nigga,
songs
because
and
I'm
shit
right
like
there. You know what I'm
that,
saying?
Biased, yeah,
Type shit.
feel more
So,
comfortable.
so the energy that these niggas was like, the aura was like fire. I'm like, let me go and hear this song. And then the song wouldn't sound what I thought it would sound like.
Oh, so you're saying the opposite?
I'm saying,
good performance, bad song.
yes. And that was one of my first times experiencing that. And like I said, the good performance was these niggas really perform. They really
Crowd control can be a trick.
Crowd control,
Bro,
yeah.
attached to the studio was a separate building with a stage. So like where they made the music, you know what I'm saying? They walk outside and it's like a
that's
area
just-
to perform. Like
That's just their energy.
so
then.
yeah, so like all of these niggas had that energy. But like I said, this still goes to the point of you're not putting the same amount of quality, effort, and attention into the production and how the vocals sound and you know what I'm saying, the key of the beat and all of these things because you
Hate that.
and I'm realizing that these niggas is hosting these shows and it's like nobody cares about the presentation of the music.
Yeah. They
Another
just tryna
thing
throw some
too
shit.
is a lot of the artists perform over their vocals. Like that's
That-
one thing that
I don't even
absolute-
care about
I know
that.
you don't care about that. That's one thing I hate. I hate going out in front of people and knowing that I know the words to my songs
Yeah.
and something like that, and I'm performing over a vocal track,
you
like a
have to
track that
acknowledge-
everybody else is used to hearing.
You have to acknowledge if you
Whereas-
perform 4 songs, 2 of them are Bentley and what's the other one?
Nasty.
Nasty,
Nasty.
or De Niro.
And De Niro. Those
Like,
are 3 songs where you sound real life the same as the vocals on the track.
Absolutely.
If you were performing 4 When We Smokes,
I
it'd
had
be a
them.
little bit different.
It wasn't intentional, but I went somewhere and they took
I was there.
all the vocals off of they took all the vocals off of Residual, the challenge.
I was there. You
No, you
sent the nigga
wasn't.
the
That
beat.
was when you was not there.
no, okay,
We was
okay.
at- we was at Pinhook.
Yeah, it was at the pen.
And they took. I'm sitting here. The shit started. I was like, "Hey, fuck
She
it,
said
let's
she
go."
sent the nigga a beat with with a beat with no vocal.
Oh, you talking about when we was at the cave?
Yeah.
that was for when we smoked. Yeah, absolutely.
that was
You,
pissing me
you
off.
But-
still could have did it like
That was still fire.
yeah,
no
no,
playback.
we still sang it like it was.
Yeah,
it
that's
was,
good.
you know. I mean,
People
but
can't
I
do that. Some
understand
people get
performing,
shook.
performing
Nigga,
live
what?
and performing. And
I got a
sang-
song where I'm
I
singing
sang it
high
through.
pitched as
I
fuck.
sang the chorus. I sang the hook. Everything. I sang every word for what it was. For
Wow.
even though the shit was wrong.
Hey, fuck what you talk about.
Hey,
I
suck
got
my
a
dick.
song where I'm
How about
singing
that?
high pitched as fuck, nigga. I got hella auto tune,
Yeah.
hella reverb, right? Ari goes, shit, fuck it, we might as well perform this song. We here. I look at her like, girl.
Oh yeah, was it Central Park?
No. Central Park is in my normal voice. I forget- what's the song? Them boys is outside.
Oh, that one,
But I was singing high as fuck on that bitch, cause I did the song in my
boys is
own like
outside.
zone. Nobody was around. I was just vibing.
That was the
So
song.
then they want me to sing the
Alright.
shit. I'm on stage looking stupid as hell. My voice high as shit on this song. I can't do this in real life. Like,
I'm screaming. That was the song you were talking about when you immediately got off stage. I was like, y'all got me fucked up. I was like, V, that was super dope. What's wrong with you? Like, what?
so the song is great, but I recorded the song knowing that I needed
different,
enhancements to make this song, and I was using all of my engineering enhancements to make the song, which is why the song sounds
Something
good.
like that. I'm not performing in a setting where I don't have my enhancement.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Or
was fine.
I have to sing
That's
it.
because that's that bias we was just talking about earlier
you
though,
fuck with
doing
me.
it with your homies because you gonna fuck with it immediately because that's your homie.
And you know what the
Whereas-
song sound like. too.
Yeah,
These niggas never even heard the real song.
exactly.
I wonder what it sounded
Especially
like
in
to other
and
people.
that's what really grinds my gears too. Like,
That's what really jams my Glock.
Hey,
I wonder what
man,
it sounded
jams my
like.
Glock.
I wonder what it sounded like to other people.
oh,
That was
they
lit.
fuck with it.
No, I know, but like
it was
people
lit during the
with different
session.
kind of
I think-
ears, their actual like.
So you know-
this sounded. This sounded.
Remember how that nigga Meek said his levels to this shit?
Yeah.
I feel like when niggas hear what we make, they put it on a level that is everything else falls under that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with the level is like that don't mean that that's where we want the shit to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to be like
To infinity and
I
beyond.
want to send you an email right now so you can send me everything you ever recorded. That's the type of energy I'm expecting. Like,
Oh, wait.
but yeah,
So
huh?
I was looking for somewhere to prop my phone up. and get her naked real quick.
What?
All
Oh.
right,
I was like, what's going on?
let me ask one more question while we in this motherfucker. I need to know one plug-in or piece of gear that you couldn't live without.
Oh, this ain't about me.
Plug in or piece of gear.
Yeah, it can be like Omnisphere. It could be anything.
I'm
Be
about
Arturia
to, I'm about
keys.
to probably start another conversation, but
It could be
I
RC20.
use all stock plugins.
Okay.
Um,
What about VST
gear
instrument
What do you make that face?
like Omnisphere or some shit? That's a plug-in.
I don't use that either. I do want to get Xenology, but I use everything stock.
Okay, so what's something that you find
Toxic Biohazard,
that's what you grab a lot?
Flex, Citrus,
Please.
fucking Harmless.
All right, what's something that you feel like you gonna grab for every fucking song?
Toxic Biohazard. I made, bro, can I play something?
Yeah.
Are we going to get copyrighted if it's something like, because this morning I made a beat and I grabbed Future's vocals and put it on the beat.
Yeah, I can't put it on the live pod now.
All right, never mind. I'll play it later.
We're not trying to.
But I can play the
money.
beat. No,
All right.
It's not on my phone.
You ready?
So,
What?
Okay.
I got some questions for you too.
Yoo-hoo.
Would you rather?
Oh.
This is in order for you to make the best song. Rap or sing?
Can I do both?
Nope.
On one song.
One or the other.
Don't forget about FTA.
Bro, FTA is an entire singing album.
I loved it.
It was good.
But even the album before that was also singing, but it was also rap. My last two songs was rapping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So energy song. Does this song also include performance and stuff like that? Because I feel like when I perform and I'm rapping,
Your
that
performance is a
shit
little
is
better.
insane.
I get it.
When I sing, I'm kind
Nah,
of
we
like
talking about the best
timid
song.
a little bit.
All right, so look, I know that we put a lot of stock in performance on this pod, but the
Alright.
reality is nobody on the face of the planet has ever went to a show and been like, "You're my new favorite artist."
I don't know about that.
I mean, maybe it's happened, but I'm saying the majority of people that we've heard for the first time, like you heard Drake for the first time on some November, what's it, October's very own shit.
Yeah.
You didn't go to a fucking show and see Drake pop out. I'm like, oh, I love this nigga.
Mama's
Oh, man,
basement.
yeah.
Nobody
But
discovers music.
I've had like local artists.
We're not talking about local. I'm talking about niggas' favorite. Like you've never found your favorite artist for the moment at a show. It's always off a song that you heard and you thought it was dope. So not hating on performances because that's very
I got a
important,
question.
right? And that's how you make your money. I'm just speaking on.
I got a question there. What if you go to like a bigger artist show and someone opens for them? I went to
That's how I found LMA.
yeah, something like that. Cause I went to a show for Nav, and it's a dude named Sofago who's a little bit smaller than Nav.
Yeah, I know. That's
Another artist.
that's light skin.
It's another artist that came out before
Light
him.
skin Keisha's man, baby daddy.
Yeah, it's another artist that came out before him though.
Okay.
Never heard of bro, never seen bro before. Bro was fire. He won't
Yeah.
obviously my favorite in that moment, yeah. But it was
I know what
like
you're
it
saying.
made me go search who he was, and
I mean,
I'm a true fan in that moment, and that's kind of like that situation.
And I said what I said like it was definitive, like this is the only answer. That's not true. But I'm saying the majority of people discover music
Yeah,
from
yeah,
just
yeah.
hearing music.
Through the masses for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Just hearing music. Like even you said you discovered LMA like that. I'm sure you didn't go to a show and discover LMA. You just heard Boot Up. Like
Yeah,
And what's crazy is she performed Boot Up before it even blew up. This is like 2 years prior to Boot Up
but-
was
and
big.
I'm
you
sure
should
the
know.
shit
As
was
I'm about to
fired
say,
in.
you should know as an artist that you probably
Absolutely.
have a song 2-3 years old.
Yeah, that the right person hear it is
Yeah.
gonna do what they need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so-
Labels go back in people's catalog that they've already had before they signed and revamp a song all the time.
They did that
What's
to
the
Justin
song?
Martin.
What's
They
the
just
song with the
deleted all of
girl?
Justin's old shit.
Anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
You know what's crazy?
She
Anxiety.
recorded that in her bedroom.
yeah.
But Anxiety
On her phone.
was she sold it to a nigga who sampled her song and made his own song.
Yeah.
That was the original.
Doechii.
Doechii,
yeah.
she sent the song to somebody.
Yeah, but that's
Might have
part of
been
having
chance
them
to-
big labels back you. That
that
don't
samples
matter. They
from
gonna
that
go get it. They gonna go get that.
I don't know. So then that means so the first time I ever heard Kendrick Lamar was in the back of
That Drake song.
that Drake song, and it was called "Buried Alive."
Yeah.
That was
Sleepy.
the first time I ever
Fall
heard
asleep?
him.
Hey, Sleepy Hollow.
Fire! I didn't know, but you know
Sleepy,
me with that
Sleepy
Yeah,
Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
category.
She sent the song to Sleepy Hollow. He sampled it and put a song out in 2019.
But she didn't sell it to Sleepy Hollow though.
I'm sure she did because I don't think the song was out.
No, like I'm talking about the rights.
Oh no, I'm sure it was like
It was like a little lease,
yeah.
but like
But his song, I seen it the other day.
so many
This
people
shit went crazy. It had hella fucking views when I looked at it. I'm like, damn, nigga.
That's because that was when he first got out of jail. That was right when he first got out of jail.
Oh, speaking of views, if the internet didn't exist, how would you guys make sure people heard you? Like, what things would you be doing?
I'll be outside.
I'm about to say for
Marketing?
music, yeah, for music, it's always gonna
Got
be
it.
guerrilla marketing. If there was no social media, you always gonna have to do guerrilla marketing. Like
Yeah.
before social media was popping, when we used to go to like Walnut Creek and shit like that, people would be outside in the parking lot passing out CDs, flyers, QR codes, all type of shit back then. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna lie, if we didn't have social media, a lot of these niggas would be dead.
it would be what?
Absolutely.
People wouldn't be
What?
stupid no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get on the song talking about some yeah.
I think you just genuinely.
I'm a hater.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking hater and I don't care. I'm cool.
I
with
ain't
it.
nothing wrong, but I feel it.
Nigga, I fuck with it.
Yeah. What?
And I'm not being, cause I fuck with that type of music too. Here's my problem. I feel like the more we grow, right, and the more we like understand the world, the more you realize that them type of niggas, you're 40 years old and you still do that. Like my nigga, if you was
So
like,
what about Future?
if you didn't rap, that's my point. If you didn't rap,
I was about to say Future.
if you didn't rap, you would be considered a weird ass nigga.
Yeah.
Are we not? Am I lying?
I mean, well, not Future.
If you yes,
Hell
if Future
no.
was 40 years old, he would be a weird ass nigga amongst his peers. Because
He's
all
not
of your
40
peers.
yet?
I'm gonna say, how old is that man?
I didn't mean to say 40. I meant to say because he is 40. I meant to say if you didn't rap. If Future didn't rap, he would be considered a weird ass nigga. 'Cause the shit that you,
bro, he was a
bro,
street nigga before that though.
But he's
and
still
at
40
what point
talking about the
are
same
you still a
shit.
street
Like,
nigga? I know
Bro,
I know hella street niggas that own 3-4 barbershops. Them niggas got taxes to file. Them niggas is not out here talking about how many bitches they fucking and
41.
how many drugs they taking.
No,
and
for sure.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm saying that what we let slide in our community and in hip hop is not the reality of the real world. And I feel like at some point niggas is gonna have to start putting 2 and 2 together.
That's
and
because
realize,
look
like,
in hip hop looking scary or you know what I'm saying.
that's corny.
But I think,
That shit's cool when
it's
you
a lot
when you
easier
17.
to be yourself than
but you
to
gotta
pretend to
remember
be
people.
somebody
You gotta
else.
remember people. You gotta remember people background, like where they coming from and shit like that. If,
It's
if
cool.
if you from around the way and you
It's
got the
cool.
block, you know what I'm saying. You got gang on the block, and you a little artist, right? They're not gonna pay attention to you if you doing some conscious.
I know. Listen, bro, I fuck with you.
No,
bro,
for
and
sure.
you
We
right.
on the same page.
I'm
for
just
sure.
saying. Okay, so Lil Durk, Chief Keef, all them niggas, right?
Yeah.
Now fast forward 15 years. You've been a millionaire for 15 years.
Dirk and them gonna always talk about the same shit though.
Don't override the point, nigga. You've been a millionaire for
Dirk
15
said, "All
years.
my
Your
life,
kids go to
all
private
my
school.
life."
You're invested in tech. You're invested in all of these different companies.
But that's when they transition to start talk about money though.
They
Like
don't,
Meek
though.
Mill, like Meek Mill.
That's different. Meek Mill put out a whole. What that nigga Meek say on his Funk
Funny
Master Flex
story.
freestyle? He did a Funk Master Flex freestyle. He said,
But half of them niggas, like if you talking
said-
like that, 9 times out of 10, once they get that 15-year career, them niggas is either washed or not rapping no more for real.
and I'm not even talking
Except you
about.
trying to be some Jim Jones ass nigga.
Please.
I'm not- and I feel, I feel
Don't-
like,
don't-
I feel like Jim is a
don't
part of the
trigger
problem.
us.
I feel like Jim
Jim
is a
Jones
part
is
of the problem.
definitely
He
a
is
part of
an
the fucking
issue.
problem. But
All I'm saying is, in hip hop, it's like
He's been balling all his life. I'm sick
in
of
hip
it.
hop we make music about your real everyday struggle.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we're the only genre that forgets like the benefit of life, like or forgets the
Evolution,
real
change,
evolution of
growth.
life. Yes, it's like you was a wild off the chain hood nigga when you was 16. Cool, I fuck with that. Now that you are 27 and you
Bro,
got
but
4 kids.
niggas don't be doing that though.
And all of those kids go to private school,
Swear.
and you paying $9,000 a year for your kid to go to fucking 7th
So I
grade.
got a question.
Please.
What rapper do you listen to who you feel like has been out for a while, but still talk about the same, spinning the block, killing type shit?
I don't listen to anybody that talk about spinning the block killing shit.
Okay.
I listen to
Man,
Benny.
I just
the
saw
most,
some
The
people-
most gangster shit I listen to is Benny the Butcher.
He just dropped.
I fuck with Benny the Butcher.
I was just listening to it this morning.
I fuck with Benny the Butcher.
I don't know what the name of the album is. I just seen the red logo, the red picture. I can't.
So you like Joey Badass and
No, nobody on earth ever said play Joey Badass.
what?
I don't listen.
Badass far.
He can rap, yeah, for sure.
So why you don't
But
like
just
Joey
because you can
Badass?
rap don't mean I like you, like your music. I mean, it's mad niggas that can rap. You know, it's like nah. It's like nah. What I was gonna say is I just feel like hip hop is one of the only genres where like at no point do we grow and evolve. When like the foundation or the basis of like hip hop is your everyday struggle. And it's like these niggas are like making a fake struggle.
I definitely feel where you coming from. Country artists do the same thing though.
R&B too. Like they live in pain. Keisha Cole, all her music is about the same
Yeah,
stuff.
country
Tony
singers.
Braxton, all her shit about the same stuff.
But I feel like Keisha Cole's situation is warranted. She went through 3 divorces.
Oh,
Keisha Cole.
Bro, you
Somebody should
can't-
tell her ass to stop getting married. 3 strikes you out,
kept
bitch.
getting
Give it up.
divorced.
That's the
why
same
she
thing
was
with a
up there in a
street
diaper.
nigga. Street niggas keep
No,
going
She
to
got
these
divorced.
niggas
Or
is
going to
living,
the penitentiary.
these
Doing
niggas
the
is
same
living
shit.
in mansions and
yo,
rapping
She
about.
got divorced 3 times, or her booty.
But if you think about it, bro, like 9 times out of 10, as they get like a wide like Lucci, bro, they get to be emotional, cause they still feel like it's they like. So let's say let's just use this for example.
Girl.
You're a rap artist, right? You make YN music, you blow up, whatever. You ain't got shit else to talk about. But then let's say they start talking about their life and what money they have.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still got that side where it's still street, but in a different way.
Yeah,
My family
I fuck
going
with
against
that.
me. Everybody want money. That type of
I,
shit.
I
Like
fuck
that.
with that, and I
But they
fuck.
gotta present it still in that YN way.
So I feel like who you are is not the problem.
No.
What you project is the problem.
Yeah.
Because words have meanings and words are spells. And when you saying certain things
Over and over.
Yeah, for
over
sure.
and over again, and you got 15, 13, 14-year-olds, because let's be honest, there's plenty of songs we be sang as kids that we didn't really understand what the like nobody understood
Yeah.
that
Well,
who
it's-
let the
it's
dogs
different
out was
now,
who
though.
let these ugly ass hoes come to the club. None of us understood that as kids. We were just vibing. Y'all never knew that?
Or
No, I know.
Yeah, you knew
that
Yes.
I'm feeling real close.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And
Or Lil
Electric
Corey.
Slide
All of that
Yeah,
shit.
electric slide.
was about a vibrator
Yeah,
supposedly.
it's a vibrator.
Yes, all of that
What?
shit. We didn't understand.
You know that?
Electric boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah.
You
my
cannot
God.
see. It's electric boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah. But
Why would they doing that?
but there's certain
That's
so
'cause
like
they had just came out.
yeah, and some of those songs
They've been out.
it was like what's the word, like a rumor. Like we don't necessarily know
A
exactly.
rumor.
We don't know exactly if that's what they were thinking when they was writing the lyrics and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what niggas said.
Yo, the electric slide was about a vibrator for real.
That's what was
supposedly,
said. So
they
the
said it was
artist
a
never
rumors.
confirmed it. But that's something that like people have been saying for a long
Disney
time.
don't confirm a lot, so I mean that's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's fine.
Who refried the beans the first time?
Oh my god,
Y'all ready?
questions I need answers.
Getting the fuck up out of here.
Sorry.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. It's been motherfucking real. This has been episode 7.
Yes, sir.
Episode 7 of the To Each His Own podcast. I'm your host, HailVee. Who's to my left?
Your favorite weirdo is your girl Ari Quinn.
Hey man, say man, it's your girl Wednesday.
Shout out to special guests.
Yes, the boy Sauce the Boss, man.
Hopefully we taught y'all niggas something, man.
Too much sauce.
Hopefully we
Hey.
taught y'all something. If y'all fuck with what we did, you know the shit that these niggas on YouTube be saying.
What?
They be like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, like, comment, subscribe,
I'm
man.
not
And turn your
saying
post notifications on. If you don't do it, I'm pulling up.
Oh, I know you seen.
Yeah.